Hi, my name is Marsha Buckeye, and I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis 2.5 years ago. My symptoms started out really slow, or just kind of simple. I had some stiffness, joint pain, fatigue, but nothing really big. I just kind of thought I was just getting old. Didn't think much of it. And then it was progressively getting worse. So I went to the doctor. And I said, I'm not really feeling good. And he said, well, are you stressed and all this stuff? And I said, not more than normal. So he said, well, we'll just, write it out, see what happens. He did do a CBC on me and everything came back positive. It was fine. So I thought, okay, I guess I'm just getting old. So unfortunately, my symptoms started to get worse. My stiffness became worse. The balls of my feet were so swollen that I couldn't walk on them. I really couldn't get out of bed. The fatigue was overwhelming. People talk about being tired, but I could not get out of bed. It was a struggle to get out of bed every morning. I had to make myself get out of bed. And then on top of that, I started to get this dry mouth. And with the dry mouth, I got thrush. And thrush is like sores on the inside of your mouth. So I went back to the doctor and they said, well, yes, you have thrush. We'll treat you for that. So I was like, okay. Got treated for thrush, and it didn't get better. It kept getting worse and worse. The thrush even went down to my esophagus, and I just couldn't even hardly eat. So I knew something was wrong. So went back to my doctor. He really didn't know what to do. He said, your CBC was fine. He said, are you stressed? Again, we went through the whole thing, and I was like, I don't know what it is. Went home, and he treated me again for thrush, another round for thrush. Went home and I called my functional doctor that did my bioidentical hormone therapy. And she said, would you like to be checked for autoimmune diseases? I really didn't even know what that was. But I was like, yes, I need to find out what's wrong with me. So they did some blood work and sure enough, I came back with RA positive. She said, I need to send you up to Barnes Hospital. You need to see a rheumatologist. So I took about 2 to 3 weeks before I could have my appointment with my rheumatologist. In the meantime, I started to do some research on my own about how you treat this naturally. And so I saw we could be gluten-free, kind of dairy-free, watch your sugars. And I thought, well, it won't hurt anything. In those 3 weeks before I see my rheumatologist, I will start doing that. And I noticed a big change. My swelling started to kind of go down a little, and I was feeling a little bit better. Saw my rheumatologist, went up there and she did x-rays and they said, yes, you definitely have deterioration of your joints. I want to put you on this methotrexate. Here's your methotrexate. This is the information on it. Here are the side effects. And when I saw the side effects, I just was overwhelmed. I was like, I don't think I can do this. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, it just scares me to go on this drug. And she said, well, you have to. There's no other alternative. And I said, well, can I go home and think about it? She said, sure, go home, think about it, call me back in a few days. In the meantime, it was just a godsend. There was a functional doctor here in Cape that had a Facebook page and it said, do you have an autoimmune disease? And it said, I can treat you and you can heal your autoimmune disease through your gut. And I had no idea what that meant. So I called and set up an appointment, and it was a free seminar to go see her. And I sat down there and she was answering all my questions. And it was just talking about healing your gut. Well, I really didn't understand, but I thought, what the heck, I have nothing to lose. So I called my rheumatologist up in St. Louis, said, I'm gonna try this first. If it doesn't work, I will go on methotrexate, I promise. But I wanna try this first. I just feel like I need to try something natural. I started the doctor's program, and within 6 months to a year, I was pretty well pain-free. I couldn't believe it. And it all had to do with healing my gut, changing my diet, healing my gut, adding some supplements. And I was just totally amazed. Felt better than I have felt in years, and it just really turned everything around. My inflammatory factors went down. Everything was just did a total turnaround. She unfortunately had to leave the state and went to a different practice and I didn't have anyone, and I found Kingdom Health. And I knew I needed something else. Something just wasn't right. My gut just wasn't healed the way it should be. I knew I was right here and I needed to be here. I knew there was something missing, just because how I was feeling. Though I had no pain, it was just my stomach was just still bothering me. I still was eating very healthy and everything. So met you guys, and you did 2 tests that totally turned everything around. It was GI mapping and my food sensitivity test. And those 2 things made the world of difference. Because my food sensitivity, I was eating all healthy foods and would be healthy for anybody else, but come to find out, I was allergic to a lot of things that was healthy, but not for me. So I took those out of my diet. My stomach just healed completely. And then I had some other things with my GI mapping that you all found that we treated. And I can honestly say now, I just feel great. I mean, I have no pain, no stiffness, nothing. And my energy level is so much better. The best thing about what I've done is I had x-rays done again. And it's been 2.5 years. And I've actually rejuvenated my joints. I mean, people think that's crazy, and I don't think people even realize you can do that. But you can. And it's just through your diet. And yes, I've had to give up some things. And, but it's worth it. When I look at the big picture of everything, food is just a small portion of your life. And you can give up a few things to feel as good as I feel. And I'm not on methotrexate. I don't have to worry about all the side effects of it. It's not a Band-Aid. I've healed myself. And that's what this place can do for you. You have to give it a try. It's like I said, it's a sacrifice at times. It wasn't easy when I did the elimination diet, and that's another whole story of, the process and the program, but it's well worth it. You need to come here, heal yourself, and be better.